is Heather Garside and I have a company called Mindful Motion. I set the company up because I wanted to provide physical experiences that helped with people's mental health. And I work a lot with people who might avoid going to a regular yoga class, people with chronic conditions, people with injuries, or maybe just people with that anxiety that they don't want to start something new. So I've tried to create community where it's very welcoming and it's all small classes, all one-to-ones, and so far it's been going very, very well.
I'm Harry, I'm a sound therapist, filmmaker and dream worker here at Dream-AnalysisUK, and I've had the pleasure and honour of collaborating with Heather and her award-winning yoga studio Mindful Motion over in Huddersfield for the past few months. Heather has been partaking in the Gong Baths that I've been performing there. The first time she experienced one, she had a very powerful healing experience. It's inspired me to set up this series, Real Experiences in Consciousness. So the idea is I'm going to document people having so-called non-ordinary experiences, whether it's in the sound baths I perform, or it could be a nighttime dream, or it could be from psychedelics, have some kind of altered state of consciousness, non-ordinary experience, interaction with the subconscious, and it leads to kind of healing and knowing oneself and self-exploration. I guess part of the motivation of doing this is to illustrate actually how reasonably common these so-called non-ordinary experiences are. And so I'm going to let Heather tell you her experience in her own words now.
My experience at the last Gong Bath, because it was my community, my customers, I was at first just slightly conscious because I was hoping that they were all having a nice time and having a good experience. But then something shifted and I had what I can only describe as a lucid dream. So I stood up from my mat, I walked up the stairs, and my father died 2 years ago, and I put my hand through the window and I pulled my father in and I said, "You did your best, didn't you, Dad?" And he said, "Yeah." And I said, "Thanks." And he went, "It's all right." And then he just walked back out the window and I smiled and I thought, yeah, that's nice. That's nice. And then I walked back down. I looked at all of my customers, all having this great experience, and felt this wonderful sense of warmth and achievement and like everything was in place. And then I got back on my mat and I enjoyed the rest of the sound bath. So it was very vivid and almost a physical experience for me. And it's still, when I think about it, I can still picture it exactly as it was. So it's not something that's disappeared over time, or so it was a lasting experience. And I think that it was something that I probably needed to do, was to just accept the really good things about my father. So it was a real acceptance of it, yeah.
Well, thank you for listening to this real experience in consciousness. If you feel you've had some kind of non-ordinary healing experience that you would like to share, please do get in contact. And in the meantime, sweet dreams.